Hey, welcome back to Reclaiming Your Mind with Catherine Newton and Relational Healing. Today we're going to be talking about the concept of reenactment or traumatic reenactment. This is one of the most important things as you recover to really raise your awareness about, because it's a very subconscious process, and if you are not aware of it or you don't understand it, it could be going on for decades and getting in the way of you being able to heal and recover from childhood trauma. Okay, the first example I'm going to give you is just a very traditional one of female survivors who reenact their trauma in relationships, and so they tend to get involved repeatedly with people who are unhealthy and abusive. And oftentimes people will say, well, she must like it. She must really like it, and they blame the victim. She must really enjoy being beat up, or she must really enjoy being treated like that. But because of the attachment to the perpetrator, which is what, we're going to talk about that later on in the course, this is never the case. And the person does feel stuck and trapped in that kind of relationship. But trauma gets reenacted in our relationship. The nature of trauma is to reenact it. So whether you recognize it or not, you are most likely reenacting your trauma in some way, shape, or form. Some examples of reenacting are hobbies or high-risk behaviors that you get involved in that, that give you that same internal dopamine or adrenaline rush from when you were traumatized. There are certain aspects of relationships that can be reenacted if you're not aware of it. I made a joke about about my relationships. I said that the first 3 long-term relationships I had, I say long-term, 4 years, I was reenacting my relationship with my father. And the person that I married, who I've been married to for almost 17 years, I say I was reenacting my relationship with my mother. And so we can reenact things that are positive or negative. We can reenact behaviors, habits that we have. I watch TV every single night, and I have to watch a show every single night to feel regulated. What am I reenacting? I'm reenacting when I was a kid. That's what I did to feel regulated. That was a time of the day that my father was less angry and calmer. So I'm reenacting that in my life now. Eating patterns, activity levels, religious practices. There's so many different things that we can be reenacting. Some of them need attention because they're getting in the way of our healing. Because when you are reenacting, you cannot heal. That's why it's so important to recognize this. So I have included a worksheet for you to maybe list and write down some of your reenactments in relationships. And if you have questions about this, certainly reach out to me or bring them to your weekly coaching call. That's it for now. We'll see you soon.